Chapter 8, Useful and Harmful Microbe, Standard 9, Science 2. Hello students. Today we are going to start with new chapter. It is 8th chapter of your 9th standard. The name is Useful and Harmful Microbes. In this chapter we are going to see various microbes which are present around us and we are watching it or we are feeling it in our day-to-day life, but whether it is useful or it is harmful, it depends on that particular bacteria or that particular microbe, whatever it is. So first we will see useful microbes and then we will see harmful microbes. First of all, tell me, what do you mean by microbes? Yeah, microbes are of two types. Some are useful microbes and some are harmful microbes. These useful microbes and harmful microbes we can see under microscope. Now, have you studied microscope in 8th standard? Yes, you had a chapter, separate chapter for this microorganisms. So now let us start this chapter from useful microbe. We all know lactobacilli. This is a minute microbe which is we are consuming it. We all know it very well. आता तुम्ही म्हणताल की मायक्रोब आपण कसे खाऊ शकतो, तर तुम्ही सगळेजण दूध पिता, बरोबर आहे. मग दुधाला कन्वर्ट करतं दह्यामध्ये ते हे बॅक्टेरिया आहेत, हे मायक्रोब्स आहेत. कुठले मायक्रोब्स आहेत? लॅक्टोबॅसिलाई. इट कन्वर्ट मिल्क इनटू कर्ड. ओके, सो these all are our useful products, but from where we get this useful product? Without lactobacilli it is highly impossible. So always keep it in mind, some bacteria which are useful for us, very best example is lactobacilli. Keep it in mind. We will see this lactobacilli whenever the school will reopen. You will come to school, definitely your teacher will show you under microscope this lactobacilli. How does it look? This is microscope. We are going to see how does exactly this bacteria look under microscope. This is eyepiece. This is slide on which we are going to place these microbes and watch under eyepiece. We can say these microbes very carefully. If it is minute, we can see it in magnifying image. Just see how clear it is to see. Lactobacilli exactly look like rod shape. Okay. So this lactobacilli, what exactly this lactobacilli do? It convert the sugar in the milk. We all know that milk is having natural sugar. That sugar is converted into lactic acid by these lactobacilli. And after conversion of this sugar into lactic acid, this process is called as fermentation. आता fermentation म्हणजे तुम्हाला माहिती ही प्रोसेस काय आहे. The pH of milk decrease causing coagulation of milk. Milk proteins are separated from the constituents of milk. This is what happened when milk changed into yogurt. Yogurt has a specific sour taste due to lactic acid. Always keep it in mind. The low pH destroy harmful microbe present in milk. And about sour taste, keep it in mind, all acid have sour taste. It is anaerobic process. Without or in absence of air, the microbes are converting and fermenting the product. That process is called as fermentation. And here in milk, we all know sugar is present, natural sugar is present. That natural sugar is converted by this lactobacilli into lactic acid. and this process of conversion of sugar into lactic acid is called as fermentation. So fermentation is also a useful process, we all know. ओके, म्हणजे एखादं अन्न खराब होणं, दूध घट्ट होतं म्हणून खराब झालं असं नाही, तर त्याचं दह्यामध्ये रूपांतर झालेलं आहे, बरोबर. बट इट इज कर्ड इज ऑल्सो, दही म्हणजे कर्ड इज ऑल्सो व्हेरी युजफुल फॉर अस बिकॉज इट इज युजफुल फॉर अवर इंटेस्टाइन. कीप इट इन माइंड. Whenever our intestine is disturbed, doctor advise us to eat curd, a bowl of curd. This bowl of curd is very helpful for our intestine to cope up, because if there is any infection present in our intestine, our digestive system is disturbed, and to fulfill or to overcome this disturbance in digestive system, curd is also useful for us, because this lactobacilli which is present in curd is intaken by us or eaten by us, and it enters into our intestine. So whatever harmful microbes present in our intestine are killed by this lactobacilli, and we find ourselves sound health after eating this lactobacilli. So always keep it in mind after eating this curd. So lactobacilli is a useful microbe for us. Our next microbe is Rhizobium. Rhizobium is a symbiotic bacteria. So we all know Rhizobium. This is a bacteria again which is present in the root nodules. काही रूट्स असतात, त्या रूट्सला अशा गाठीसारखे आलेले असतात, नोड्यूल्स असतात, आणि this rhizobium, it provide nitrogenous product to the plant. Keep it in mind, whenever we eat plants or vegetables, anything, we get nitrogen which we directly cannot consume, but we get some quantity of nitrogen which is present in plant. And where does this nitrogen come in plant? It is due to this Rhizobium. This bacteria, it capture or it absorb the nitrogen present or nitrate present in the atmosphere, and it is fixing this nitrogen into the root nodule, and from this root nodule it is passed to various parts of the plant, and whenever that particular part of plant is consumed by us, our need of nitrogenous product is fulfilled. Okay, so keep it in mind, this nitrogenous product or fixation of this fixation of nitrogen into the food provide carbohydrate to us, and we all know carbohydrate is again a source of energy. ज्यावेळेस आपल्या शरीरामध्ये माइटोकॉन्ड्रियाज मध्ये ATPs तयार होतात. Okay, we all know that mitochondria is called as powerhouse of our body. So whenever this ATP is formed, okay, these nitrogenous products are useful in this, phosphate are present in this ATPs, and this ATP is useful for energy production which is present in our body. Mitochondria मध्ये ATPs असतात, त्याच्या ATP च्या फॉर्म मध्ये एनर्जी स्टोर होते. Whenever we eat excess food, it is consumed by us and it is saved or it is absorbed by mitochondria and is stored there. And whenever we are lacking in food or we are starving, that time this mitochondria provide us energy. म्हणजे तुम्ही एकदा जेवण केल्यानंतर 3-4 दिवस तुम्ही जर जेवण नाही केलं तर तुम्ही लगेच मरत नाही. चला तुम्ही 4 दिवसापासून उपाशी आहात तर तुम्ही मरणार आहात, इट इज नॉट हॅपनिंग. तर तुम्ही 4 दिवसांनी लगेच मरणार नाही आहात. मग 8 दिवसांनी तुम्ही जेवण नाही, 8 दिवस जेवण नाही केलं तरी तुम्ही मरणार नाही, फक्त तुमची एनर्जी कमी होईल. बिकॉज the energy which is present in our mitochondria is providing to our body to survive. आणि जेव्हा माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया मधला ATP संपून जातोय, that time our body start dying slowly. Okay, so keep it in mind. Rhizobium is responsible for nitrogen which we are getting or which plants are getting. So rhizobium, what is the basic function of rhizobium? It is to provide nitrogen and nitrogenous product to the plant and Further, it is converted into carbohydrate, which is again useful for us in energy production. Okay. Now let us see role and importance of Rhizobium bacterium. Rhizobia living in root nodule supply nitrate, nitrite and amino acid to that plant, and in exchange get energy in the form of carbohydrate from it. Such mutual benefit relationship is called symbiotic. म्हणजे समजलं, मी सुरुवातीला तुम्हाला सांगितलं होतं की रायझोबियम इट इज अ सिम्बायोटिक बॅक्टेरिया. Rhizobia produce nitrogenous compound from atmospheric nitrogen. However, for this process of nitrogen fixation, they need leguminous plant like bean, sweet pea, soybean and as a host. Beans and pulses are a rich source of proteins due to this nitrogenous compound made available by Rhizobia. That's why we eat all pulses. Cereals आपण जेवढे खातोय तर त्या सगळ्या सिरियल्स ज्या आहेत, पल्सेस, डाळी, तर ह्या सगळ्या आपल्याला रिच सोर्स ऑफ प्रोटीन आहेत. म्हणून आपण तुम्ही मी आपण सर्व डाळी खातो. ओके. आणि ह्या डाळींमध्ये हे नायट्रोजन कुठून येतो आता हे तुम्हाला समजलं असेलच की नायट्रोजन फिक्सेशन होतं आहे नोड्यूल्समध्ये, रूट नोड्यूल्समध्ये, आणि मग आपल्याला यामधून या सिरियल्सद्वारे आपल्याला नायट्रोजन मिळतं. ओके. आफ्टर हार्वेस्टिंग अ लेग्युमिनस क्रॉप, द लेफ्ट ओव्हर रूट अँड अदर प्लांट पार्ट्स आर deliberately dumped into farm soil to maintain the bacterial population. म्हणजे ज्या वेळेस हे काही क्रॉप आहे सिरियल्सचं, तर हे क्रॉप आल्यानंतर त्याचं काही लेफ्ट ओव्हर आहे, रूट्स आहेत, स्टेम्स आहेत, तर ते पुन्हा नांगरून त्या जमिनीमध्येच डंप केले जातात. कारण त्यांच्यामध्ये जी काही बॅक्टेरिया आहे, तो बॅक्टेरियाचं जी लेवल आहे ती आपल्याला कॉन्स्टंट ठेवायची असते मातीमध्ये. म्हणून त्या बॅक्टेरियाचं पॉप्युलेशन जे आहे हे कंट्रोल करण्यासाठी आपण तिथे जमिनीमध्ये ते डंप केलं जातं. बिकॉज रूट्स आर रिच इन नायट्रोजनस फिक्सिंग बॅक्टेरिया. द यूज ऑफ रायझोबियम हॅज हेल्प टू reduce the use of chemical fertilizer and thereby their adverse effect. It has also helped to reduce expense on fertilizers and thus work to the benefit of farmer. मग यामध्ये काय होतं आहे की पुन्हा वेगळा फर्टिलायझरचा खर्च करण्यापेक्षा आपण जर हेच पुन्हा डंप केलं जमिनीमध्ये तर फर्टिलायझरचं काम हे सर्व करतात. ओके. सो दॅट इज अगेन अ बेनिफिशियरी फॉर फार्मर इटसेल्फ. Yeast grow and multiply quickly due to the carbon compound in sugar solution. In the process of obtaining nutrient, yeast cell convert the carbohydrate in that solution into alcohol and carbon dioxide. This process is called as fermentation. This is the reason why we can see the bread which is getting spongy, or the cake you are eating, it is very spongy. So due to this process of fermentation, the active yeast, whenever it comes in contact with sugar solution, it get activated, and due to this activated yeast, it start multiplying, and this multiplication is done through budding. Budding is the process where you can see in this diagram where a complete body is divided into two halves by growing a complete individual in one side of the body of the parent yeast. So in this way we can see birds budding coming out from the completely grown cell of yeast.
This method of asexual reproduction is called budding. Yeast is a heterotrophic fungal microbe that grow on carbon compound. Yeast is a unicellular fungus with 1500 different species in existence. The yeast cell is a eukaryotic type cell. Here you can see the diagram where you can see various organelles present in the cell. How is cake made? How is bread made? It is homework for you. Find out how to use the solution prepared in the above experiment to make bread or cake. Follow the recipe and make a bread or cake. Find out, note down the reason why the dough rises and make a bread spongy. So it is give reason for you all की त्याचं जे आपण कणिक भिजवतो केकसाठी किंवा ब्रेडसाठी तर ते फुलतं, फुकून वर येतं. ते का फुगतं, काय प्रोसेस आहे किंवा काय कारण आहे आणि याचं तुम्हाला रिझन लिहायचं आहे. सो ऑल द बेस्ट.